Hello everyone, now we are going to see Unit 5 of ADC, that is Digital Modulation Techniques. So here we have basically three different digital modulation techniques, that is ASK, FSK and PSK. Now we'll see these three. First we'll see ASK, that is Amplitude Shift Keying. So here we are changing amplitude of carrier signal with respect to message signal. That message here we are considering as digital data that contains binary values, either 1 or 0, logic 1 or logic 0. So let me take the two values, that is logic 1 and logic 0. For suppose logic 1 means let me take my message signal is having plus 1 volt. For logic 0 similarly minus 1 volt. So I have taken a standard equation that is related to AM continuous modulation technique. That same amplitude shift keying also and amplitude modulation also are similar in nature, but the modulation techniques we are using, that is message signal we are using, is different. Here we are talking about digital means we are taking a logic 1 and logic 0 value. Now let me apply first logic 1 input. Logic 1 means, as we have seen here, plus 1 volt. That message signal we have to take it as plus 1 volt. If I substitute plus 1 volt in the standard equation 1, we are getting a signal AC cos 2 pi FCT, which is nothing but our carrier signal. Now similarly for a logic 0 input means message signal has to be replaced with minus 1 volt. If we replace minus 1 volt in the standard equation, we are getting as 0, means carrier is absent here. Here it is present. So by depending upon these two conclusions, if we draw the waveforms of ASK, we are getting this. So let me take first binary input signal. So this is a binary, so we are saying 101. Let me take an example of 101 data of message signal. Then carrier signal we have taken. When message signal is present, the carrier as it is there. When message is 0, carrier is absent over here. So this is ASK generation and waveforms we have seen. Next, how the modulator and demodulators are, we'll see now. So ASK modulator block diagram is this one. First it contains a binary sequence generator, then which generates message signal, then a carrier signal generator which generates carrier signal. The combination of these two is given to mixer circuit. When message is present as well as carrier is present, ASK output is present. When message is 0, carrier is present, the output is 0. So that logic is generated by this. How? Hence we are getting ASK output. This is a simple ASK modulator structure. Next we'll see ASK demodulator. ASK demodulator is also defined of two types. First one is coherent detection, second one is non-coherent detection. So first we'll see only coherent detection because we have only one coherent ASK detector in our syllabus. So we don't talk about non-coherent. Coherent means synchronous, means whatever the signal that is coming, that signal should be in synchronous with this carrier. So we'll take the carrier like this. Next, so this is the demodulator of ASK. First, the input signal to a receiver or demodulator is nothing but ASK signal. As it is transmitted from one to another, noise, there is a transfer noise. So that's why we are taking ASK plus noise. Then we are generating a carrier signal using a local oscillator. The two are given as inputs to multipliers. When the signal is present and carrier is present, the two are multiplied, we are getting a logic 1 output as we have discussed. Next, that is passed through a low pass filter to extract our original message signal. That is given to the comparator to eliminate the noise. Then we are getting the signal. This is a simple coherent detection. Why we are talking it is synchronous, we have seen already. The carrier here we are taking should be similar to this ASK modulated carrier signal. This is ASK coherent detector. Now we'll see what is FSK. So we have seen amplitude shift keying waveform, how the modulator and how the demodulator will function. Now we'll see FSK, that is frequency shift keying. Means here we have to change frequency. Here we have to change frequency. So the frequency of a carrier signal has to be varied in accordance with the message signal. That is how FSK output is generated. Similar to analog modulation technique of FM, so FSK equation is taken. Now here frequency has to be varied. When message is present, that is logic 1, frequency has to be increased. When message is 0, logic 0, then frequency has to be decreased. That is the only logic. So here logic 1 means similarly as in ASK we have taken that same manner we are taking. Logic 0 means -1 volt. Let me take logic 1, that means message signal as 1 volt. If we substitute in this equation, we are getting Fc plus delta F. Similarly for logic 0, that is minus 1 volt, we have got this. This is increased frequency, this is decreased frequency. We can say by seeing this. Next, so we'll see now waveforms. Let me take binary message signal, then carrier signal. If it is logic 1, frequency has to be increased. That's how we have reduced the time slots between the signal. Next, when logic 0 means frequency has to be decreased. So that's how we are getting for each and every input value. Hence we can say frequency is varied. Frequency of carrier signal is varied accordance with the message signal. That's how we have got FSK output. Similarly, now we'll see how FSK modulator and demodulator is. So this is the bandwidth of FSK. So when binary 0 is given, that frequency, that reduced frequency is called as space frequency. When binary input 1 is given, that frequency is called as mark frequency. So we can say space frequency and mark frequency. Mark means increased frequency, space means decreased frequency. We can say here it is Fc minus delta F and here it is Fc plus delta F. Next, the bandwidth we have to get means we got this value. The subtraction between upper and lower will give this value. Next, FSK modulator we are going to see. The transmitter, how it is means, it is simply a voltage controlled oscillator. When binary value of 1 is given means voltage is high, so frequency is all to be increased. When binary 0 is given means less value of voltage means frequency has to be decreased. This is the simple logic of FSK modulator. It is simply a voltage controlled oscillator. That's it. Next, we'll see now FSK non-coherent detector. Here in syllabus we have only FSK non-coherent detector. That's why we are learning this non-coherent detector only. Next, so the receiver input is FSK input. As it is transmitter, no, that has to be received over here. Then we are using here power splitter. Why means we have two frequencies. One is space frequency, one is mark frequency. So the bands are different for each frequency. That's why we are dividing that frequencies first to separate mark frequency and separate space frequency. So that's why we are using two individual band pass filters. Then that band pass filter will retain the pass band from here and from here. Next, that are given to envelope detector. How frequency is increased, in that manner we will retrieve our original message signal. This envelope detector we have seen already, so that same explanation is given. Next, that is given, that's how we are getting a data output. So here the main thing is what the function of power splitter. It is dividing it into two separate frequencies. That two are given to two separate pass bands. Then that signal, analog signal is coming. From that analog signal we can detect that envelope detector. With the help of a diode we have done this envelope detection. That same procedure is done and we are able to detect here DC component. From that DC component we are getting data. That's how FSK demodulator will function. Now we'll see the last one, that is PSK. We can call it as binary phase shift keying. BPSK, PSK both are same. Means first we have seen ASK where amplitude is changing. Second we have seen FSK where frequency is changed. Now we'll see PSK, that is where phase has to be changed. So in BPSK only two phases are there. That is either 0 degree or 180 degrees. So for logic 1, 0 degrees means there is no phase shift. For logic 0, there is a 180 degrees phase shift. That we'll see now. So the modulator of PSK, let me explain. Then we'll see the waveforms, how we are getting. First, let me give a binary data, that is message signal. So that we have taken here. Then that is given to level converter is nothing but to shift. That's it. Like clamper, it will function. Next, that is given to balanced modulator. This plays main key role of PSK generation. Next, carrier oscillator is generating carrier signal. Next, the message signal and carrier signal both are given to this balanced modulator. Here buffer means nothing. Whatever input it is coming has to be sent here without any loss. That's why we are keeping here buffer. Next, that balanced modulator will generate these two phases. How we'll see now. This is the basic block diagram of a balanced modulator. Yes, so 4 diodes are there, D1, D2, D3, D4. By seeing we can say D1, D2 are forward biased, D3, D4 are reverse biased. So first we'll give either logic 1 means positive value or logic 0. These two are the inputs which are coming from message signal. Let me take logic 1 means high value. Whenever a positive voltage is given, D1 is on, D2 is on. These two are off. So that we'll see here. So this is the structure for logic 1 input. These two are on, D3, D4 connection is not there because those two are off. Hence we are getting this value. So no phase shift. Whatever the input is given, that same is passed from this transformer to this, and that is passed and given. So we are getting as it is phase shift of sine omega ct. Similarly, let me take logic 0. If we take logic 0, D1, D2 are off, D3, D4 are on. Means these two are reverse biased, those two get on. When these two get on, there is a reverse biased condition, means the phase is reversed. Hence we are getting 180 degrees phase shift. That's how minus sine omega ct. That's it. Simple logic. So whenever logic 0 is given, we are getting 180 degrees phase shift. Whenever logic 1, we are getting 0 degree phase shift. So either 0 or 180 degrees phase shift. This is called as phasor diagram of BPSK. And this is the constellation diagram where at what point we are getting outputs. That two are we are showing over here. This is simple BPSK modulator. Now we'll see how the waveforms are. So this is message signal, this is carrier signal. Whenever 1 is there, how the carrier as it is we are drawing. Whenever 0 is there, this actually has to start at here, this point. But see here, it is started with reversal of phase. Similarly, 1 means as it is phase, 0 means reverse phase. This is how BPSK signal output is generated. Now we'll see BPSK receiver. So in this BPSK also we have coherent detection in our syllabus. That's why we are discussing only coherent detection. So this block we can see here. This is the block diagram of BPSK. So BPSK input means either plus sine omega ct or minus sine omega ct. These two, any of the input or simultaneous input is coming from this, that is given through a band pass filter to select that signal desired band. Next, that is given through carrier signal. These two are given to balanced modulator, is also called as product modulator, we know, right? So this product modulator will perform multiplication between these two. Whenever input is there in same phase, that is given through this low pass filter, we are getting the outputs. So see, we can see here, let me take input signal of sine plus sine omega ct means logic 1. So from here plus sine omega ct, from here also carrier signal we are giving sine omega ct. So sine into sine square, we are getting 2 sine square theta formula we know in terms of cos to theta. That mathematical application we have performed and we are getting this value. This 0.5 and this 0.5 cos 2 omega ct we are getting, and which are passed through a low pass filter. Low pass filter will obviously eliminate this, and this is followed. That is nothing but a DC value. This is allowed. This will get amplified and we are able to retrieve our data from here. Then similarly for logic 0 also same condition we have to perform. We will get minus 0.5. This minus indication itself saying we are giving a negative value or negative voltage. Say logic 0 means either it may be minus 1 volt. So this is about PSK demodulation. Next we'll see DPSK, that is differential phase shift keying. As of now we have seen ASK, FSK and PSK. Now we'll see the advanced one of PSK, that is DPSK. In PSK there is one drawback. For every change in input signal we have to change phase, which in turns in power consumption, power wastage, and which causes delay. To avoid those two drawbacks we are preferring DPSK, that is differential phase shift keying. Name itself saying differential means we have to take subtraction. That subtraction is how means see. From this block diagram we can say we are taking present sample and the past sample. The two samples difference we are giving to balanced modulator. This structure is same related to PSK. I can say this is PSK, but one extra circuitry connection is there. That is nothing but the subtraction value. So for the change in this difference only I am performing PSK. So how we'll see? So let me take the present value, past value. 2 bits we are taking means there are only 4 possibilities, that is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So 0, 0 subtraction is 0, 0 minus 1 subtraction is 1, 1 minus 0, 1, 1 minus 1, 0. I am not taking borrow, just taking difference values. These are the possibilities that are given through this balanced modulator which will perform PSK operation. The main advantage of DPSK is power wastage is reduced and speed is increased. So next, let me explain that how the subtraction will be done and how we are getting DPSK. So let me take this as a message signal M of t, so which contains this data 1011001110. Let me take reference as 1. How DPSK waveform is get, we'll see now. So let me take 1 as reference as it is till this portion. Next input is 0. So these two conditions are important in generating DPSK. 1 as it is. If next bit is 0, I don't have to change polarity. If next bit is 1, I have to change polarity. These two conditions are very, very important. Now let me take 1 as it is till this portion. Next bit is what? 0. 0 means I won't change polarity. As it is 1 I have taken. Next bit is what? 1. Means this polarity has to be changed till this one. So that's why we have changed. Next polarity is 1. Means I should change the polarity. That's why this. Next polarity is 0 as it is polarity. 0 as it is polarity. Next one means change in polarity. Next one means change in polarity. Next 0 means as it is. So this is DPSK waveform we are getting. Next we'll see the DPSK receiver. So we have seen the modulator, how we have got this one. This is DPSK transmitter, and now we'll see the DPSK receiver. It is passed through a low pass filter. Why we are taking low pass filter means in receiver we know, so we have to allow only low frequencies. Next, we are keeping a multiplier. To this multiplier there are two inputs. One is the DPSK input, whatever we have transmitted. Second one is that same value with some delay. Now we'll see. Let me take DPSK input we have given as AK cos omega. There are two chances, case 1 and case 2. So when DPSK input and this 1 bit delayed input both are having same polarities, that is AK. The AK is nothing but amplitude. So AK cos omega CT into AK. This is from DPSK input, this is from 1 bit delay. When both are having same polarity, we have got this value. This value is indicating two terms when we perform mathematical operations. So this cos to omega CT is a high frequency which is eliminated by using low pass filter. We are getting a DC value. So it is a logic 1 we can say directly. So bit 1 is retrieved. When opposite polarity, when we perform delay, there is a chance to get polarity change also. So that's why we are talking about this case. When there is change in polarity, this is DPSK signal AK cos omega CT, and when there is change in sign, that is minus, we are taking this, we are getting this mathematical calculation and we are able to retrieve minus AK square by 2. By seeing this sign, I can say it is bit 0. This is simple DPSK receiver. Now we have the last one, I hope, that is QAM, that is quadrature amplitude modulation. QAM is defined as a combination of ASK and PSK, means amplitude is changed as well as phase is changed. How? We'll see now. So here in QAM, first let me take a carrier signal C of t. So quadrature, name itself saying now, so we have to change phase. So let me take C of t equals to this. When we apply 90 degrees, that is quadrature change, then we are getting this. These two are the changes. Next, so this is the block diagram of QAM. So I have taken C of t, that is A cos omega CT. When we apply 90 degrees, we are getting omega CT. Now to this we are applying two product modulators. So this product modulator should contain two inputs. One is carrier, other one is message signal. That message signal, how we are getting? For a product modulator, we have seen already in DSBSC, we have to give a continuous signal. But here we are giving binary values, that is digital data. Means first input has to be converted from digital to analog. To convert that, this serial data is coming, that is in the form of say 101100. So this is coming serially. So this serial data has to be converted to parallel. So serial to parallel conversion is done first. Then this digital has to be converted to analog. That's why we are keeping DSCs. So we are converting a digital data into analog and we are giving it to two product modulators. So these two product modulators will be performed the multiplication operation between these two as well as between these two, and we are getting this value x1 of t into a cos omega ct, x2 of t into a sin omega ct. These two are given through a summer. Two plus operations are there means we have to perform addition, and we are getting this final equation, that is a into x1 of t cos omega ct plus a into x2 of t sin omega ct. First we have changed the phase of carrier, then we are changing the amplitude of carrier signal. That's how we can say we are performing two operations, that is change in phase as well as change in amplitude. That's how we are getting QAM. That's it. This is about modulator, transmitter. Now we'll see receiver. Same manner, we have received QAM signal. Two product modulators are there with synchronous carrier signals. So which will perform, will get two outputs. That two are given through a low pass filter which will eliminate high frequencies, and we are getting outputs. So first, for example, we'll see one. Let me take product modulator 1. So whatever the inputs that are coming, S of t, as we have seen here, the S of t, this S of t is coming. So that S of t I have taken into cos omega ct. For product modulator 1, now that's why we have taken cos omega ct. That multiplication if we perform, we are getting this data. Then between the among these three, we can say these two are high frequencies which are eliminated by low pass filter, and we are getting this. We are able to retrieve that signal over here. We have retrieved first one. Similarly for second one, if we do, we are getting one more signal, x2 of t as well as x1 of t. Then if we perform analog to digital conversion, we can get that digital data easily. This is about QAM. Now if we see the constellation diagram, that is a combination of, so we have two product modulators, means there are 4 chances to get that value. So product modulator 1, that is generating 1 bit, product modulator 2 is generating other bit. So we have got four phases of this. This is a constellation diagram of 4-bit QAM. Now we'll see the last one, that is QPSK. That is quadrature phase shift keying. We have seen PSK or BPSK, then we have seen DPSK, and the last one is QPSK, that is quadrature phase shift keying. Here we can do 1-bit data change here also, but here we can do 2 bits. 2 bits change at a time. So that is the main advantage of QPSK. So there are 2 bits means we are taking means there are 4 changes of phase shifts, that is 0, 90, 180 and 270. So the basic block diagram of QPSK is this one. Whatever may be the digital data coming over here, first it will be splitted into even or odd. So that's why we are using bit splitter that will divide it into odd bit positions and even bit positions. So one is given through BPSK1, second one is given through Q. In phase, quadrature phase, that's it. So what BPSK modulator we have seen already, that functionality is done over here with a change of phase. Then we will get this phase shift changes. How we'll see now. So let me take a carrier signal first. So 2 bits at a time means that message or that splitting of even and odd chances are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Let me explain 4. First 2 cycles I am taking at a time. So 2 cycles I have taken. First 2 cycles, let me take the data we are giving as 0, 0. 0, 0 means there is no phase shift change. So as it is we have got. When 0, 1 is there, that means phase is 180 degree reversed. So actually it is like this, but we got like this, the phase shift, complete phase shift. Next, when 1, 0 is given means phase has to be changed to 90 degrees. So this complete is nothing but 180. Half of that I have taken. So from half I am starting. This means this total is 180 degrees. Half I have to take. That's why from half I have drawn till this half. Complete 2 cycles. Next, 1, 1 possibility means 270 degrees. 180 plus 90 means this is the position. This position I have to take. So that position I have taken. From this we have drawn. We have got this. This is the QPSK waveform generation. Now we'll see the receiver. So that receiver contains same PSK demodulator in phase, quadrature phase with a change of synchronous. So 90 degrees. So cos omega ct is given to 1, sin omega ct is given to the quadrature phase, which multiplication, the PSK demodulation will be done, that is nothing but multiplication, then which are followed by low pass filters to eliminate the high frequencies. Then here we are given to this square wave generator to get digital data, that is in the form of this. To get this conversion, we are generating here according to this values, it will be generated. From here we are getting even or odd, from here getting even or odd. The combination of these two is done over here and we are retrieving our data. This is about QPSK. With this we have seen the different digital modulation techniques.